Oh, okay. So I mastered the light and taking a video at the same time. Sorry, I'll hold it like this for you guys. Lots of complaints. Um, so it's kind of cool. I'm working by citronella candlelight as well as the light that's shining off this. So I reprodded the plant. So here's a little, I don't know, a little trick, a little way I'm living my life now. I was like, oh, I need to go to Canadian Tire and get soil. Nope, there's obviously a construction site right here. So I just got the old pickaxe. This motherfucker's heavy. I don't know if I can lift it. Oh, yeah, I can. I'm pretty strong now, actually. Yeah, it's quite heavy. I don't know. 10 kilos, which isn't heavy, but for a tool, it's pretty heavy. Obviously, I dug it up. Well, first with that, first rake. So you rake it, get all the big stones out, and just be like, what's going on underneath? Is it just like garbage or what? And then you go, no, that's good. And then you get the pickaxe and you just pickaxe it. And then you get a shovel. But the problem is now, can you see that? I packed it too tightly. So now I got to loosen it, but I can't find the right tool. Anyways, the thing I really wanted to show you guys is, oh, fuck. I'm so jumpy. The shadow of, I don't know if you can see the shadows there. No, you can't. But there are. Oh, that's interesting. I understand why, but it's also interesting. I wonder if the camera takes the shadow out. Because there's definitely, the shadows that you can't see here spooked me because I thought the look wasn't a skunk. I'm fairly scared of skunks. It's just true. So I had the Irish flag. It's here now. I had it in the middle of the English and the Canadian. You can see they're shored up with a couple rocks. So they're still the water, and I have to find a better solution. I needed to dig, basically. The Irish flag was not doing well yet again. So it was in the middle. I think it was too close to the English flag, and I already moved it from over there from where the British flag was, and I retired the British flag. So the flag does not like being close to the English or anything British, but look at how straight it's standing here. It's like, you know what? Italians are cool because these are grapes. So yeah, what do you think? Oh my God, I stink. I've been working all day on this plumbing problem. Not sewage, just water. But still, it's not the cleanest of waters. How about that? I wonder what the Irish now thought. Oh, it's probably in Gaelic. Look, spider. What up? Oh, wow. Dude, it like waved at me. That was crazy. You know, it was probably ready to attack. It looks like a jumping spider, hey? That's probably why it's on there, because it's ready to just jump on whatever it sees. Or smells. It looks like a hunting spider, not a webbing spider. Anyways, yeah, so the flag doesn't like the English flag. So, you know, I'll work on that, but it's not a giant priority. Right. So I'm just going to see to this tree because, yeah, it came... The lady didn't give me she gave me good advice, but she, like, left out extremely important information. So it basically came in this bucket, which is significantly smaller than that bucket, as you can see, right? And I said to her, okay, so what? Let me get a planter for it too. And then she's like, yeah, but she's like, you might not want to transfer it because it might not flower. Anyways, it was flowering, but now obviously it hasn't because it was beginning to die. Anyways, it's just like a burlap sack around what I thought would be soil. But it's actually clay, which I didn't even know. If I knew, then I would have done it a lot earlier. It's been in this pot for like, I don't know, over a month. So anyways, I repotted it with the root system using that deep earth, the good dirt, not the gray, shitty dirt. You don't want that. You want the shit with all the water and the nutrients that are underneath where stuff grows and where animals live and go to the bathroom and everything. So I gotta loosen that. I'll do that after I wrap up this video. I'm gonna smoke some weed too because this has been some day. Oh my God, shadows are super creeping me out. I'm just on edge. So, this is a fake hornet's nest. I think I showed you that before. So instead of putting it on our house, can you see the other one? Can Can you see it? Yeah, you can probably see it. Hold on, I can zoom in. Okay, well, that's not very clear, but you can get the idea, right? Yeah, there it is. That was pretty... Dude, I'm getting better. So, this is a perfect place for hornets to live. The mud, water naturally goes here because you can see how it's all... Right? And yeah, hornets live in mud. So, I've seen them come around, too, so they're probably checking it out. So, the whole concept behind this is that it looks very much like a hornet's nest. And that they I think I already told you, but they nest, according to the box, they nest by sight. So they won't go within 200 yards of another hornet's nest. So that kind of keeps us hornet-free back here for picnics, etc. Don't know if it works on bees, but bees are friendly, so it doesn't matter. It's for hornets, so it's not about bees. Okay, I don't know if there's any guys kicking around, but like this area with the grass and stuff, yeah, they're dormant. Anyways, that's an anthill. So this fucking construction that's been going on for like almost 20 months or 24 months almost. It's pretty much 2 years. Because we moved in here 2016, September of 2016. So yeah, almost 2 years. And they started a couple months after, so call it just the beginning of 2017. So it's been a year and, okay, not quite as long as I thought. My dad has a different memory, but I don't know. I trust mine more. Oh, I better get... Dude, Gorilla Tape? Order some... Not, that's a gasket. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Oh, there's my scissors. These are... No, they're not mine. So this pipe, as you can see, we had to run it today because we had a problem with the pump. That pump didn't work. That was our safety pump. We never tested it like idiots. So I had to run to Canadian Tire because this is the sump pump. It was overflowing, long story short. This was all full of water today. It started going down here, which is fine because there's a fail-safe. Can you see this is a fail-safe system in case that did happen. Blah, blah, blah. Took 8 hours to finally... we had a dinner break. But it was like 5 hours of just grafting in an emergency kind of situation. And doing plumbing that we weren't super familiar with. But then I started using my head, and then my dad was using it the whole time. And with our knowledge combined, because he was an engineer, so he's just like, that's not how it works. And I'm like, but what about this? And he's like, nope. But then I'd say something that sort of meant sense, and then he'd be like, yeah. So I caught on pretty quick. Dude, it was an education today. I know a lot about plumbing now. A lot. 5 hours intensive class styles, you know? Like, figure it out yourself because Father's Day and nobody's coming to help you. Although my buddy just did text me. He just got back in from Montreal. And then, did I tell you about this? The fucking idiots who built this house... and the city, so that, you know, before this is, before this coach house here, this is like a coach house, and this is the main house, and then that's where I live, right? Garden view apartment. It's not a basement. I got a garden view, literally. So that's what we're calling it from now on, because the banks won't give me a loan for a house. So I'm making the best of my situation. Here we got, so this is the sewer pump for this coach house. Now, it's the same idea. This is solid waste. You got it. This is water. My battery's running a little low. That's okay. This is a Samsung 9S Plus. It's the best phone in the world as far as I'm concerned. So 15% battery is like fucking 5 hours. Not while running a camera. Sorry, moving on. Yeah, so this is the hugest fuck up ever. So they literally forgot to install the pump. And then the city okayed it for this place to have occupancy. So several fail-safes failed to work. Now, my buddy works for the city, and he's like, yeah, but like legally, the way you sign it, the city has no liability. I'm like, okay, well, that's a fucking catch-22, because you have to sign the waiver to do anything because the city controls the land. But then the city goes into a situation where they're like, no, we're not at fault. But you are at fault. And then my buddy said, you can't check everything. But I'm like, okay, certainly. You can't check like every little heater or like the temperature gauge or whatever. Don't even bother. But how about how the shit is going to get out? So what happened was there was no pump. So she started having lots of problems in here with, backed up drains, etc. Because, anyways, and it was overflowing into the system of the garden underground. And we didn't know it because we didn't know what was going on, because we assumed the fucking pump was in there. Because the city approved it. And the guys we assumed did their job because they're being paid to do it. And they fucked up. All this area here, can you see how it's not very grassy? And that's just like dead. That just died. So here it's fine, right? Can you see? Yeah, you can see. So yeah, all this stuff is not because of this construction. Well, maybe some, but no, originally this was all shit. So that means all from here all the way down to wherever the shit was going in the escape valve or whatever. All of it was full and saturated to the point that it came through the ground to make like quite a large, what about 5 foot diameter circle there. And then there's like little bits here and there and everywhere. And then we opened this shit up. I got pictures somewhere, but they're really not worth looking at. You can imagine it. That's all you need to know. It was to the brim. And you can see how like beastly this is. Because it's so beastly compared to that, because that's water and it doesn't matter. But this is solid waste. It's a biohazard. She has a child. She's 11. She has a dog, and she has herself to worry about. And then there's us here. So the city is grossly negligent by not checking that there was a pump in the sewer pump to start occupancy in this coach house for this single working mother with a child. And there's children next door. There's 2 kids over there, 2 adults. And then, there's nobody here, but, kids are, I don't know. And then the animals, I mean, everything. So all of the animals that lived underground probably died because it was just shit, insects, and etc., which affected the way our trees are growing because they're not getting the nutrients. Or maybe they are because everything died and then it decomposed. That might be a good thing. But not for the insects. Anyways, so... That's the fucking plumbing story. Now this thing took I was just like, we didn't actually go in because we were kind of scared. It's like 15 feet deep. There's only 2 foot of water on the bottom, so that's not the scary part. But it's awkward to get in, and we're not professionals. Anyhow, I'll wrap this up pretty quick. Yeah. So, and I got pictures of it and stuff. I'm like, Dad, let's sue. And then he's like, nah, it's not worth it. He's too chill now. He's retired. He's like, he's lost all his fucking oldham fight. He's just like, you know what, man, I've been fighting for 68 years. I'm just gonna take a rest. And now I'm just getting into fighting, and I'm like, let's fight everyone. Not physically, but just oh, you can't sue City Hall. What do you mean? What do you mean? My case is airtight. What? That was something. That was an animal. So, try to catch its eye. Could be a raccoon. I think it's nothing and I'm tripping. But I definitely heard something. And then I thought I saw something. Just Andrew's freaky videos of scared of skunks and raccoons. Don't fuck around with raccoons, by the way. They look cute, but nope. They're pretty vicious. True story. So I don't get it. How, the city, because they force us to sign this contract which gives them 0 liability. So legally, sure, fine, you're covered. I get it. But, I mean, morally, certainly not. So just, I don't even want any money. But a written apology to all the occupants would be nice. Right? And be like, listen, we created a biohazard because of our negligence, and we know you have children and pets and lives, and it was affected by it, and it killed your grass. So we're going to get a pro Parks board in here and just make this grass pimping. That's it. I mean, how much is that going to cost? A couple $1,000. You don't even have to bring the lawyers out, so you save off the bat, And then you just be like, yeah, look, I mean, this guy died. Why? My dad thinks he didn't plant it well, but I mean, perhaps, but It was fine. It's just straight dead. It looked poisoned, doesn't it? Like it just shriveled up over. It's trying to fight back a little bit. It might be okay over time. But then look at these. These are flourishing. Like these are flourishing, super flourishing. And these are all the closest to the cistern, right? You know? So I don't know what's going on over there because I can't fucking see. But what's going on over here? Making some noise, these candles now. That's some water probably caught in there. I made candles in camp. It was actually really easy, and as an adult you can make really sweet candles very easily for very cheap. You don't have to buy $20 Yankee candles. Just simply go to some sort of art shop. I'm not going to do this, of course, because I've said I didn't plan on it until I started just talking about it. But yeah, just simply go buy whatever colored wax you want, and you can mix them, right? So you can mix them to get the color you actually want by melting them and just mixing them simply in a pan that maybe is not so important to you. Although wax comes off really easily, so it's fine. You simply have to heat it and it won't stick, right? And then not too hot, low heat. Yeah, and then you just get a wick. Like these wicks are beastly because you're trying to keep the mosquitoes away, right? Like that's like a dick flame. It's not my dick, it's too small, but it's like a probably normal guy's dick. Well, at the very height of it, it's maybe my dick. I don't know. Do other people measure things in dicks? It's very, like, your dick size and just be like, yeah, that looks like about 3 of my dicks. Is that just me? If it is, I highly recommend it. It's a great measuring tool because you know your dick size like everybody does. Just like girls know their tit size and shit. Like perfectly. You're like, yep, that melon looks almost, or that lemon, or whatever you're rocking. You know? And don't worry about it. Tits are oh, it's like gross? Oh, Colby will love that one. Great is what I meant to say. So don't worry about the size. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of like the things you guys always say about dicks. You're like, it's just how you use it. Same with titties, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think that's pretty good for now. So I gotta go work on that tree, and I'll probably be back because I'm not tired even though I'm exhausted. It's weird. Oh! This is my very quickly. This is my Boba Fett mug that I got from Toronto when I was like 12, and I just like have drank out of it seriously less than 20 times to try to keep it pristine. But now I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna start using it because it's sweet. It's just not so great because you see how there's like it's too bright with it. Anyways, I don't know if air gets trapped, but it's not a big deal. Okay, who should we shout out today? How about like every single Thursday party bartender that ever had to deal with me? There's like Miru and like Kay and oh my god, there's just so many. I can't even remember all their names. Yeah, thanks for doing that. That's pretty nice of you.